To snow-hued earth Alalu set his course. By a secret from the beginning he chose his destination. To regions forbidden Alalu made his way. No one has gone there before. No one at the hammered bracelet a crossing had attempted. A secret from the beginning Alalu's course had determined. The fate of Nibiru in his hands it placed, by a scheme of his kingship to make universal. On Nibiru exile was certain, there death itself he was chancing. In his scheme risk was in the journey, eternal glory of success was the reward. Riding like an eagle, Alalu the heavens scanned. Below, Nibiru was like a ball in the voidness hanging. Alluring was its figure, its radiance emblazoned the surrounding heavens. Its measure was enormous, its belching fire blazed forth. Its life-sustaining envelope, its hue a redness, was like a sea churning. In its midst the breach was distinct, like a darkened wound. He looked down again. The wide breach turned into a small tub. He looked again. Nibiru's great ball turned into a small fruit. The next time he looked, in the wide dark sea Nibiru disappeared. Remorse the heart of Alalu grasped. Fear held him in its hands. Decision to hesitation turned. To halt in his tracks Alalu considered. Then from audacity to decision he returned. 800 leagues, 1,000 leagues, the chariot was coursing. 10,000 leagues, the chariot was journeying. In the wide heavens darkness was the darkest. In the faraway, distant stars their eyes were blinking. More leagues Alalu traveled. Then a sight of great joy met his gaze. In the expanse of the heavens the celestial's emissary was him greeting. Little Gaga, the one who shows the way, by its circuit Alalu was greeting, to him a welcome extending. With a leaning gait before and after the celestial Antu it was destined to travel. To face forward, to face backward, with two facings was it endowed. Its appearance as first to greet Alalu was as a good omen he at once considered. By the celestial gods he is welcomed, so was his understanding. In his chariot Alalu followed Gaga's path. To the second god of the heavens it was directing. Soon celestial Antu, its name by King Enshar was given, in the deep darkness was looming. Blue as pure waters was her hue, of the upper waters she was the commencement. Alalu by the sight's beauty was enchanted. To course at a distance he continued. In the far beyond, Antu's spouse began to shimmer. By size, Antu's the equal. As a spouse's double, by a greenish blueness was undistinguished. A dazzling host encircled it on its side. With firm grounds they were provided. To the two celestials Alalu bade a fond farewell, the path of Gaga still discerning. The way it was showing to its olden master, of whom it was once the counselor. To Anshar, the foremost prince of the heavens, the course was a turning. By the speeding chariot Alalu the ensnaring pull of Anshar could tell. With bright rings of dazzling color the chariot it was enchanting. His gaze Alalu to one side quickly turned. That which shows the way with might he diverted. A sight most awesome then to him appeared. In the faraway heavens the family's bright star he discerned. A sight most frightening, the revelation followed. A giant monster, in its destiny moving, upon the sun a darkening cast. Kishar, its creator swallowed. Frightening was the occurrence, an evil omen, Alalu indeed thought. The giant Kishar, foremost of the firm planets, its size was overwhelming. Swirling storms obscured its face, colored spots they moved about. A host beyond counting, some quickly, some slowly, the celestial god encircled. Troublesome were their ways, back and forth they were surging. Kishar itself a spell was casting, divine lightnings it was thrusting. As Alalu looked on, his course became upset. His direction was distracted, his doings became confused. Then the deepness darkening began to depart. Kishar on his destiny continued to circuit. Slowly moving, its veil from the shining sun it lifted. The one from the beginning came fully into view. Joy in Alalu's heart was not long-lasting. Beyond the fifth planet the utmost danger was lurking. So indeed he knew. The hammered bracelet, ahead was raining. To demolish it was awaiting. Of rocks and boulders was it together hammered. Like orphans with no mother they banded together. Surging back and forth, a bygone destiny they followed. Their doings were loathsome. Troubling were their ways. Nibiru's probing chariots like preying lions they devoured. The precious gold, needed for surviving, they refused to dislodge. The chariot of Alalu toward the hammered bracelet was headlong moving. The ferocious boulders in close combat to boldly face. Alalu the firestones in his chariot more strongly stirred up. That which shows the way with steady hands he directed. The ominous boulders against the chariot charged forward, like an enemy in battle attacking. Toward them Alalu a death-dealing missile from the chariot let loose. Then another and another against the enemy. The terror weapons he thrust. As frightened warriors the boulders turned back, a path for Alalu granting. Like by a spell, the hammered bracelet, a doorway to the king, it opened. In the dark deepness Alalu the heavens could clearly see. By the bracelet's ferocity he was not defeated, his mission was not ended. In the distance, the sun's fiery ball its brilliance was sending forth, welcoming rays toward Alalu it was emitting. Before it, a red-brown planet on its circuit was coursing, the sixth in the count of the celestial gods it was. Alalu could but glimpse it. On its destined course from Alalu's path it was quickly moving. Then snow-hued Earth appeared, the seventh in the celestial count. Toward the planet Alalu set his course, to a destination most inviting. Smaller than Nibiru was its alluring ball, weaker than Nibiru's was its attracting net. Its atmosphere thinner than Nibiru's was. Clouds were within it, swirling. Below, the earth to three regions was divided, snow-white at the top and on the bottom, blue and brown in between. Deftly, Alalu spread the chariot's arresting wings around the earth's ball to circle. In the middle region, dry lands and watery oceans he could discern. The beam that penetrates downward he directed, earth's innards to detect. I have attained it, ecstatically he shouted. Gold, much gold, the beam has indicated. It was beneath the dark-hued regions, and in the waters too. With pounding heart, Alalu a decision was contemplating. Shall he on the dry land his chariot bring down, perchance to crash and die? Shall he to the waters his course direct, to perchance into oblivion sink? Which way shall he survive? Will he the treasured gold discover? In the eagle's seat, Alalu was not stirring. To fate's hands the chariot he entrusted. Fully caught in earth's attracting net, the chariot was moving faster. Its spread wings became aglow. Earth's atmosphere like an oven was. Then the chariot shook, emitting a mortifying thunder. With abruptness the chariot crashed, with a suddenness altogether stopping. Senseless from the shaking, stunned by the crash, Alalu was without moving. Then he opened his eyes, and he knew he was among the living. At the planet of gold he victoriously arrived.